Combined Defensive Arts, and welcome to the group. This is your starter pack. So your starter pack is going to cover the basic stance that we use within CDA, the basic footwork, and a couple of punches and a couple of kicks. So this will hopefully get you going, so you've got something to refer back to when you're starting off in those early classes, and everything's new and there's a lot of information. This is the core elements that we use that will carry you through from your starter class all the way through to black belt. Okay, so this is a great reference point you can go back to time and time again, and this will always stand no matter what we do. The basic punches and the basic stances we do just are always there. So the first thing we're going to do for you today in your starter pack is we're going to show you the stance. And the basic stance we utilise is like so. The main points with this refer to the lower half and the upper half, so we focus on the lower half to start off with. You'll notice that both my feet have their toes pointing in the direction of what would be my opponent or my partner whilst we're training. My front foot is slightly turned across my body, although this is optional, it can be pointed directly forward. There's a slight gap between my legs, you should be able to see head on, and my rear heel is off the floor. This is important as it gives us suspension in our legs. If we're flat-footed, we always have to come up to this raised point before we can go into a technique. So we might as well be here. It gives us mobility, and as I say, it gives us a bit of suspension in what we're doing so we can drop out of shots and come back in again. I'm soft in the knees, so I'm taking my weight into my legs as well. So we're not straight-legged, we're not standing on a tightrope, and we're not bunched up on our feet. If I show this from this position as well, you'll see that I'm not overextended. This is like a comfortable small step forward. If we're too wide, again it's a lot less mobile. It's hard to come up from here to then do any attacking. So we need to get comfortable in this position. If you watch me here, I take a small step forward, raise the rear heel up, and I've got my toes pointing forward. This is like a sprinter on the blocks. I want to go directly into my opponent, so I need to be lined up like so. That's the lower half. If we look at the upper half, my guard is up, my elbows are in, they're not flailing out to the sides like a chicken, they're nice and tucked in. That's to protect my ribs, and my rear hand is up to protect my chin and my head. My lead hand covers what we refer to as the centre line, which is like runs straight down my body and is here like so. I don't want to leave a big window with my hands wide apart like this, because that encourages people to punch me down the middle. You'll also see as well, as I've got my left leg forward, my left hand is at the front, and my left shoulder is projected forward also. This aligns me so I'm edge on. If I stay too square, my solar plexus, my chin, and my groin area are all presented down the middle. I need to shut this off by being what we call edge on. I'll show this again from this position. Okay, you see me projecting slightly forward, my rear hand's up to covering my chin, and my left hand's forward like so. I don't want to be too close in here like this, which means I basically deal with every single shot then up close. My front hand wants to be out so I can deal with shots before they become a problem. Again from this position and from this position. We need to get comfortable in this position because this is our base point. Every technique we throw, every movement we do, we always come back to this base point and everything goes from here. So to get this right from the offset is very, very important. Next thing we're going to cover from there then is, just as a reference point for terminology in the club, if I've got my left leg forward, my left hand forward, this is what we call a left lead. If I change and put my right leg forward and the left leg back, I'm now in a right lead with my right hand forward. This leads us on to the first technique we're going to teach you with our hands, which is what we call a jab. A jab always comes off of our lead hand. If I have my left leg forward and my left hand forward, this means it is my left hand that throws the jab. Again, as it would be obviously, if my right leg's forward, my right hand's forward, my right hand then becomes the jab hand. Now the jab punch is used as a range-finding shot. When we're sparring, we need to know how far someone is away. So jab is always good to assess how far someone is from you or how close they are to you. It's a speed shot, it's not a knockout shot. We're not trying for power with this. When we're punching, we're always trying to hit with our top two knuckles here. We're not trying to hit with these ones down here, it's just these two here. No matter how big our gloves are, we're always trying to hit with these two knuckles. So when we throw our jab, we're sticking our arm out like so, nice and straight, and we're trying to hit with those two knuckles. Notice my guard stays up, and my chin is protected also by my jab hand. If I stand like so, you'll see how my chin is protected from my jab in hand. You'll also see a slight lean on my body into my shot. This enables me to get further range and penetration with my shot. If I was to stay square on, my punch would be here. But by this forward lean motion, I get a lot deeper penetration in my shot. Okay, from the front, the jab comes out and comes back. Comes out and comes back. What I'm not doing is picking my elbows up and flaring them to the side. I keep them nice and tucked and rotate my body. You notice also, as my shot comes out, it comes straight back in. Very quickly. From this angle. You'll also note that I'm up on my heel while I'm throwing this technique, and I'm pushing everything forward into my shot. From this angle. From this angle. Rear hand staying up, hand goes out and returns. It always comes out and back to the same position. Never out and down. Out and back like a piston. That's the first punch, the jab. The second punch we're going to teach you is the cross. If I'm in a left lead, left leg forward, left hand forward, my cross hand is coming from my rear hand, it's protecting my chin. I push this shot all the way through, like so. Again, hitting with these top two knuckles. Again, using my shoulder of the punching hand to protect my chin as I deliver the shot. You'll notice that my jab hand goes from being out the front to cover my chin as the other shot comes out and hits. As it returns, I return back to my start position again. From the front, I push through, I bring it back. Push through, I bring it back. Push through, I bring it back. You notice again my elbow is not coming out to the side. I'm punching like so. It stays in, protecting my ribs until the last moment. I twist and hit and come back. In this angle. You can combine the two punches, the jab and the cross, for a jab cross. In this angle. Always up on your toes, agile, always protecting yourself. Hands always up, protecting your face. This angle. That's the basic jab and cross combination. The next thing we'll teach you in your starter pack is a simple footwork motion to get you around a room. We call this the step slide. Very straightforward, obviously delivered from our stance position. We'll stand in this position here. Again, rear heel off the floor. I'm in a left lead, rear hand up protecting my chin, left hand out in front. I'm going to step slide. If I wish to push forward, I'm going to lead with my forward leg. So I step and I slide. I step and I slide. To go backwards, I lead with the back leg, I step and I slide, I step and I slide. If I wanted to go to the left, I lead with my left leg, I step and I slide. I step and I slide. If I wish to go to the right, I lead with my right leg. I step and I slide, I step and I slide. Now with this basic footwork, we can manoeuvre around the room quite easily, following our partner, moving as so. Okay. And through that we can also chuck punches. As we step, we punch, we step, we punch. Step back, we punch, step back, we punch. It's a basic footwork drill we can do. Common mistakes. When moving to the side, moving the wrong foot first, meaning you cross your legs and you're unbalanced. Stepping too wide, big open stance, hard to fight from this position. Or when stepping forward, dragging too close up so you end up stood on a post, or not dragging enough so you're in an extended stance. Always return to our base position. As we step and slide, we extend, base position, base position. Going backwards, extend, base position, base position. This drill, forward, back, left, right, can be repeated in your own time. Get it down, get it nailed. Make sure you're always returning to that start position. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, gap between your legs, rear heel off the floor, comfortably into your knees. If you always do that, you'll always be ready to attack with any of the techniques we teach you. Okay, then, so we're going to teach you the 2 basic kicks that we learn at CDA as part of your starter pack. First kick we're going to teach you is what we call a front kick. So the front kick is to push an opponent away, and it's a direct attack from me to the attacker. We're trying to hit our opponent either in the stomach section, solar plexus, and then work it up towards the face depending on your flexibility. Kick to the stomach's absolutely fine, though, you can't get your legs that high. What we're trying to do is hit our opponent with the underside of our foot, preferably with the ball of our foot. But if we get the whole flat of the foot, it's not such a problem. Okay, but ball is optimal. The way we deliver this kick can be delivered off the front or the rear leg, but for the starter pack we're going to give you off our rear leg. Okay, so we're going to bring our knee up directly in front of us, and then we're going to push away. Knee comes up, we push away, up, push away. This seems slightly easier from the sideways position. Notice our hands stay up throughout the whole process. We pick our knee up and we push away. Knee comes up, push away. Okay. This can be delivered off the other leg as well. One time from this position. Okay, as I say, hands come up, knee directly in front of you, and we're pushing our leg out, trying to push the opponent away or stab into them. That is the front kick delivered from the rear leg. The next kick we're going to give you is what we call the side kick. Now, as the name suggests, we are sideways on when we hit our opponent. I'm going to teach this to you off the lead leg. So I've got my left leg forward, it's my left leg that's going to be doing the kick. If you imagine you're the opponent to me, I'm going to lift my leg up in front of me, I'm going to stand sideways onto you. I then push the leg out to the side and hit my opponent. Again, underside of the foot, or what we call the foot sword, is what we're trying to hit our opponent with. So from this position, I bring my knee up, I stab it out to the side. One more time, knee comes up, I stab it out to the side. From this position, knee comes up, stab out to the side, knee comes up, stab out to the side. Speed. Forwards. Again, my hands stay up at this position. One thing to note on my foot on the floor, as I kick, my heel on the foot that's on the floor is pointing towards my opponent. My toes are pointing in the other direction. This enables my hips to open out, so my kick can be delivered with some strength. If you think about the side kick as a stamp, knee comes up, stamps down. It's essentially what we're doing to the side. Knee comes up, stamps out. One more time from the front. That's what we call the side kick. Okay, that's the end of our starter pack. We hope you enjoyed it. As you'll see from there, we've given you the basic stance position, some footwork for motion, step slide, got your basic 2 punches, the jab and the cross, and the basic 2 kicks, front kick and side kick. There are many variations of kicks, many different things we can do punch-wise, movements as you learn through CDA. But this basic stance, footwork and techniques are things that we refer back to all the way through your training, from beginner through to black belt. We hope you enjoy training with us. Please practice this stuff at home, and we hope to see you at training soon. Thank you very much.